Okay.
Hi, my name is Lucy Ann Griffiths, and I'd like to speak to you about the importance of advocacy for your special needs children, both for medical needs and in the school district. Um, 15 years ago, almost 16 years ago, I had a child born with spastic hemiparesis cerebral palsy. That means he had a stroke in utero, which was prior to birth, and part of his brain did not form, so the rest of his brain picks up what it doesn't. And he has a left-sided weakness. Through the years, I started with early intervention at about 18 months old, which is through the county and the school district, and it was very devastating. And it is for many parents when you realize that your child has different abilities or special needs. So the importance of advocacy becomes clearer once you start learning about your own child's disability and how to get appropriate services within the school district or even medical doctors, which can be very overwhelming at times. You don't know which direction to go, you don't know who to call for those things. Not everybody has a doctor as great as I have had. Or once they get to the school district with all those meetings, you get overwhelmed. So first and foremost, the most important thing about advocacy is learning about your child's different abilities. That helps you collaborate with the school district for early intervention or even services within the school district. It helps you build a strong team, and it helps you not focus on your child's different abilities. And thirdly, it teaches you about the laws and regulations pertaining to the services your child is entitled to under free and appropriate within a general education environment. That's not the same for every child, but sometimes it's a battle to get those services. When you talk to your child's teacher, you should ask how you want to be kept in the loop. You should attend the CSE meetings, which are the Committee for Special Education meetings, and they meet yearly. Sometimes they meet a little more than that, depending on the services that your child needs. My son now is in the middle school going into high school, and I am teaching him self-advocacy so that he not only is educated on his strengths, but his needs and abilities. There are 9 rules of thumb that are listed on the rightslaw.com website. First is to build a reliable team around your child. That is through the CSE committee and the teachers at the school. This will help you effectively and efficiently communicate with also your doctors and any forms that you need. You need to learn the rules for the state that you live in. There are agencies out there that will help you with that. I took a training course for advocacy years ago when he was small through the ARC. But there are the Advocacy Center in Rochester, Empire Justice. There are a lot of different resources out there that as a parent you have to search for because nobody tells you these things. Rule number 3 is don't over-rely on the rules. There are specific regulations and guidelines, but you need to focus more on getting what you want than putting the pressure on the school district and anyone else to get them done in the guideline times. Because a lot of times when you're willing to negotiate, they will too. Rule number 4 is prioritize your issues. You need to understand the order of importance of your child's needs and which services or elements are most important and will help them the most. You also need to ask, how strong is your case? How urgent are the needs? Rule number 3, share all information. If you go to a doctor, you get an updated medical report. Make sure that you bring those or have them added to your child's chart. And anything the school district has done testing-wise, make sure you get a copy and keep them all in chronological order. Rule number 6 is document everything and keep all documents. You want to try to get the school district or anybody else to give you things in writing. because it is like a contract where they do not have to give any services that are not in writing. They don't have to follow anything that is not in writing, and they will try to get away with things. Rule number 7 is understand the least restrictive environment for your child, and that does vary child to child. Services are not one size fits all, just like education is not. Rule number 8, don't confuse personality conflicts with real issues. There will be times when you butt heads with people on your team or people who are not strong members of your team. Remember, these teams go year to year and they change, so try to make it through these personality conflicts and focus on the real issue, which is your child's education and best needs. And if you are not able to do that, look for assistance through the CSE head or advocates. Rule number 9, consider how each step would look to an impartial decision maker. Like if you had to file an appeal or go to a higher court, would you have taken every step to ensure that you did everything you could, or try to keep the communication open between you and the service provider? So the most important thing I would like to try to persuade you to do as a parent or as someone that works with children with special needs or different abilities is to go to the CSE meetings. Educate yourself on the child and their needs. Keep yourself informed. It takes away the anxiety. It takes away the fear, and it helps you assist your child better. You know your child best, so don't listen to what others say. You need to be the best advocate you can so that your child reaches their full potential. Thank you for your time today, and I encourage you to become an advocate.